Guys, what's going on? I'm going to touch on something that a lot of people have asked me, and I think it's like quite important that we get into it, and that's like marketing strategies. Which one works? Which one's is the best one? Well, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. Most marketing strategies are going to work, right? Most things you do, if you do them well enough and you do them consistently enough, they're going to work. The difference is most people don't get results fast enough and they give up, just like the gym, right? And so everyone is always trying to be like, we live in this culture now where I like to call it min-maxing. It comes from the gaming industry where we're just trying to maximize the most minimal things in business and in life to try and get the most out of it. But we end up just being stuck in analysis paralysis or mental masturbation for fucking ages. And it just means we don't make any concrete progress. So I'm going to walk you through some marketing strategies that I've used in my time that haven't worked, but that doesn't mean they don't work. And marketing strategies I have used and they work, but that also doesn't mean they work now, right? So if we go way back, we have email marketing campaigns. I hired an agency, they did email marketing for me. I think I paid them $1,000 a month and they were sending like, I don't know, 2,000 emails a month. From those 3 months, I got 0 clients. Now that could be the fact that the agency, the email agency wasn't very good, which on reflection, maybe they weren't very good. I don't know. They were the only one I ever worked with. But that's not to say that email marketing, like campaigns like that where you just blast emails out, doesn't work. I know people and I've spoken to people who have built multi-6-figure photography or videography companies by scraping emails and then just doing email blasts to that list. They build a list as big as they can and then they email to it and they try and nurture leads and they see what sort of bites they get back. And they've hit multiple 6 figures a year from doing that. So to say it doesn't work because it didn't work for me would be false. So there is no like one size fits all. So another strategy that I did that did work very well was you can incentivize referrals. And incentivize referrals. So let's say that a client comes to you or you've worked with a client before, you got them really well, you deliver the product, they were fucking really happy, win. What you can then say is like, oh, just to let you know, we have this system in place where if you can refer a client to us and they come on board for a paying gig, then we'll give you 20% of what they pay, or we'll give you a £500 gift card, or we'll give you 20% off the next shoot. You know, you want to be concrete on what you think would be the most enticing to the person. Most of the time it's going to be cash, but businesses might restrict that. If you're doing work for a marketing manager at a big company, you can't just give that marketing manager £500. Like that would look a little bit sus. But you can definitely give them like discount off the next shoot or something like that. So it comes down to the individual person. And this is great because it's basically infinitely scalable up to like 8 billion people, right? So you could have a client that you work with, they loved it, and they refer you to another guy, and that guy pays from you, and you give that guy 20% of the job, whatever. Then you do the exact same thing to this guy. He recommends you to 2 people, they recommend you to 2 people, and you can build a company off that one strategy alone. Would I rely on it if I had to? Fuck no. But does it mean, you know, are you able to build a 6-figure company off the back of that strategy? Absolutely. The first 2-3 years of Otto, my agency, that's kind of what we did, and it worked very well. And then as we got bigger, we started implementing other strategies and they just kind of took off. But, you know, people love to say, don't rely on referrals, right? It's really bad. But like referrals, if you incentivize them, are absolutely game changers, but you still can't rely on them. You still can't rely on them. You need to have a system in place that's actually going to, you want to have a lever to pull that's going to bring in leads, and you know it's going to. Whereas like if you just email blast your clients and say, who can you refer me? And they come back with none, you're fucked. So that's incentivizing referrals. Let's talk about ones that I'm teaching my current clients. So that would be like flywheels. A flywheel is basically something where you start to build up a relationship with people who follow your social media profile. You connect more with people who are in your niche, or you run ads to get people to follow your page. So this could be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever it is. And then once they're in your network, you just flood them with really valuable content. Maybe you reach out, you start a DM conversation, you start to give them some value on that. And the end goal of that is to warm that lead up over time to the point where they jump on a sales call with you. Once you're on a sales call, it's nothing about marketing anymore, it's all about sales, and you're delivering the sales aspect of the product or service. Now, this can work across loads of different platforms. For example, one I'm doing as a coach right now is I'm running a Instagram follower ad, which brings in videographers who struggle with X, Y, and Z. I post really valuable content to that target demographic, helping them with some of the pain points that I think they're going through, because I went through those pain points as well as a videographer. Then I warm them up in conversations. I talk to them. I say, what's going on with your, business? I try and find out if I can help, see if I can qualify them. If I can't, I just send them some YouTube videos that I think are going to be really valuable for them, and the ones that I think we might work together in a good way, like we're a good fit. I'd get them on a sales call and see if I can help them. And that's basically my strategy. I also post 2 to 4 times a week on YouTube to basically warm up content, warm up leads. Google had a study, I think came out last year or the year before, called the 7-11-4 rule, which means you have to have, oh God, Ben, 4 platforms, 11 touch points, and 7 hours of content consumed. So if you've never seen me before, in order for you to buy from me, you are probably going to have to talk to me across 4 platforms. So that could be like YouTube, Instagram, not so much talk to me, but like have seen me, YouTube, Instagram, school, TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, Slack, whatever your kind of sphere is. And you need to have had 11 touch points where you've actually spoken to that person at different points. Like, hey, how are you one day? How's business this day? Answering this question that day. Maybe you replied to a comment on YouTube that day, up to 11. And they need to have consumed at least 7 hours of your content. Now, that's a method that I use as high ticket coaching, high ticket sales, because I don't have like a shop or like a service-based brand in a sense, and that strategy wouldn't necessarily work for all videographers. It would work very well for certain niched videographers who have a certain niche that would fit in that, but for some it won't. And the one that really fucking works and is a supercharger for videographers across the board is LinkedIn. 80% of all B2B leads are on LinkedIn. Let me say that again. 80% of all B2B leads are on LinkedIn. 80%. So you have Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, everything. You put them all in a pie chart. 80% of that pie chart, the leads are coming from LinkedIn. So that's the place. If you have a lead problem, which most of you do, that's where you need to be. And then it's not just a case of sending connection requests and just speaking to people. You need to build a flywheel. You need to build something that's going to attract those dream people to you and think, fucking hell, Ben really knows what he's talking about when it comes to food photography. Shit, Ben really knows what he's talking about when it comes to gaming chair videography. I don't know, whatever your niche is, right? And that's the power of it. You need to get very good at your niche and your marketing, and LinkedIn is killer for this. And it's a platform that a lot of people sleep on, but if you want to grow a company into 7 figures, and I'm serious about 7 figures, LinkedIn is the place to do it, by far, bar none. A lot of people disregard LinkedIn as being cringe. You look on Twitter, people just say it's cringe, right? They don't know how much money people are making off that. Ordinary people. And this is the other amazing thing, guys, is like, a lot of people, myself included until very recently, we learn something and then we just kind of assume that other people know it too, but they don't. So everyone's experience is unique. If you're a videographer who's been in the farming niche for 2 years, you know a shitload about farming, especially videography and farming. And people out there, if you can figure out who, would find that very valuable. So that's my 2 cents on marketing strategies. Cold calling would work. Cold outreach works. Warm outreach works. Paid ads works. Everything works. You just need to make sure you choose the right platform for the right niche and do it consistently, at least 90 days to see if it can actually work. It's the same as the gym. You can't just go and blast an arm day and think, oh, this arm routine doesn't work. You need to do it for 90 days to actually see the effects of it, of how good it is. It's the exact same thing with marketing. I hope you found some of that useful. I know I speak like a hurricane. I do 2 to 4 videos on YouTube per week. If you don't follow me on Instagram or school, I recommend going into my school community. It's completely free. There's loads of good content on there about marketing, especially if you're a creator or videographer. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.